What's up, you guys? It's your boy Paul Maxey, and you know I love Atari. And I gotta say thank you to Benjamin Murphy, who I met at the Atari age group, but we made friends, and he's definitely a member of Atari and beyond. He just lays low and watches over all, like the and he sent me Atari 50 for PS4. Now, I see you guys talking about all these things, the VCS, and you might think since I'm the admin of the group, I know all about this stuff. I actually don't. I actually don't understand much about when you go online. I don't know how to download ROMs. I don't know how to anything about the Harmony cart. But I do have my Atari. Look, I got my 5200 there as we speak. And I've got... So I don't know everything about what you guys are talking about online about some of the things with the more modern versions of Atari. But I got the Atari 50 disc from Benjamin Murphy, and I must say I love it. It does have lots of videos to watch, including lots of footage from HSW. Howard Scott Warshaw is all over this thing with great interviews. And I'm a big fan of him, and he's an Atari and beyond too. I like Howard because he's real, man. And he's the real deal from the past, and he's real about as a person. But anyway, one of the games you can play is Quadra Tank, and that basically is everything you could have wished for as far as a tank game, from combat. The tank game from combat, except you can play against the computer. And if that's not enough, you can play against 3 computer opponents at the same time, or apparently 3 friends at the same time. Or you can team up in teams 2 against 2. But man, let's face it, who's ever going to have any friends over to play video games? And if you did, can you talk him? I'd like to say her, but him or her, could you talk them into playing an updated combat? Probably not. Now, if I was at any of you guys' house, that's what I'd want to do. You could just point out an Atari game where you've just been dying to have a friend to play with, like the new, like some of the homebrews have great co-op, and I'd be down. And you're like, well, what if you had a girl over? Well, I never have girls over, but if I did, I would be trying to hook up. And usually if a girl comes over, I actually do get that, because what else are they going to do? But if I had a girl and we hooked up and she still wanted to hang out, I'd try to get her to play this with me. Anyway, this plays just like you would think. There's different power-ups to pick up, and you find them by shooting these crates. And you set the game for how many kills and a person wins. So I've only played a little, and I can say I have not mastered it yet, because you also control your turrets individually with the turret buttons. And if you've ever played Vindicators on the Midway collection for PS2, you're familiar with that kind of challenge. And I appreciate the challenge. The different pick power-ups include range, which is huge, health, because your hit tank can take more than one hit, and other things like rockets and lasers, and you switch with your directional button. The controls take some getting used to, but I like that. But if you had a friend come right over, you'd have an unfair advantage on them if they never played. So that's the thing. It takes a skill set. And what's the odds of you having a friend come over? Because I don't think this plays online, not from the PS4 version. Let me guys, let me know if there's this Atari 50 is available another way where you can play online. And if you had that friend over, would he have the skills enough to want to play against you, or else you'd have to promise not to use your turret or something, or let him win? That's one way to handle friends who come over. Let them win, so then they want to play more. Anyway, it's a real challenge trying to beat the computer. And I set it for, you press X to join, but then you gotta press this button here. I'm sorry, and then the start button, and set it. See, there's already one human set, but now set it for 3 AI tanks. And there's other things you can set it for: ice, or normal, teams, weapons. I like default. It throws everything in there, and then to 5, and you accept, and you're in business. I'm over there in the left-hand corner, and like the great Intellivision game, Armor Battle, you can lay mines. I'm gonna leave a mine right here. and they show the mine on the screen for a second, and then it disappears. And you can kill yourself with a mine. It's awesome. It's really hard to win. I have not beaten them yet. So it's kind of I just got blown up. So do you want to spend time going after weapons? Oh, I just killed a guy. Oh, I got laser. I'm there in the middle firing at this. My health is low. I killed somebody. I'm on a roll. I'm the red tank. I know you probably can't tell. So yeah, you want to get weapons, but while you're getting weapons, the other guys are scoring points. You could set a marathon for this and set it for like 100 points, I guess. And can you imagine it has 2-on-2 team player? You'd have to have 4 controllers. But this is very good, and it's kind of a bummer that it probably won't get played like it should. Because I just don't know, unless there's like nerd houses where everyone's renting a room and you all gather in the main room. It's an awkward thing when you're kind of a nerd like us, because you're a straight guy, but you want to have guys over so you can play video games with. And you need a special kind of friend who understands you. Even my best friend, Rick, I still feel a little bit awkward. Like, you want to come play video games? Like, oh, look, I got second place. Player 1. That's not easy. So that's a fun game. And you can go to main menu and you join, and then same thing. There's different, different maps, yeah. So we got that map just like in combat. So there's 3 maps. That map looks a bit more like more places to hide. And so yeah, this is a modern combat, and I think it's a winner. Thank goodness you can play 1 player against computers, because when am I going to have guys come over to play this? Never. I don't even think I could get my brother to play this. Oh, look at the Atari symbol in the middle. That's dope. I don't even think my little brother, who always played combat against me, would be willing to come over if he lived anywhere near me, which he doesn't, and play this. Because if someone else hasn't played it before and you have, most guys don't have the guts to play something that they're at the disadvantage. They'll say, oh, you know how to play, I don't. So it's hard. But I'm enjoying it for what it is. I just killed a guy. There's also a health pickup, so I think this combat game is actually fairly deep. If you were really playing this online against someone who's good, you'll find that there's a lot of different ways to play this game. Are you going to go right after the weapons? Or are you just going to go after some guy while he's dicking around looking for the weapons? Are you going to always be looking for range and health while other people are not powered up in that way? Are you going to use your turret? Or do you find the turret just confuses you? So I like it. And I got to thank Benjamin Murphy. He's a very generous guy. He got me the computer speakers that I used to play with the Atari box. He didn't have to do that. He spent his own money. I don't get a lot of swag, but I have gotten swag from him. And Chad Tufts gave me that awesome Raspberry Pi. I'm working on this. I won! So it just takes practice. I don't think there's a difficulty setting, but that's fun, man. Another thing I like in the Atari 50 is it's got Cloak and Dagger, the arcade game that may or may not have ever been made for real. And I play that a lot since that's not something I can normally play. There's the Yar's Revenge that that's kind of updated, but So you got this menu. You probably guys all probably have this. It's great. I really like the Yars' Revenge they made because it's perfectly Howard Scott Warshaw's game. They updated some graphics, but I don't think it takes away from when you're playing it. You know you're playing base Howard's game. They just changed the skin basically. There's Food Fight is available to play, the real arcade version, and it plays great with these controls. So I really like it, man. Atari 50, I'll probably show more from it, but you guys probably already know. I'm probably the last guy. I'm just making the video. All right, man. Thanks for watching.